What is up, guys? Gamer here, and today I'm bringing you guys episode 4 of my Madden 16 Connected Franchise Mode Fantasy Draft franchise. Now I'm really excited to bring this game to you guys because this is the first game that I'm going to play where I have kind of the updated difficulty and stuff like that. So I have a pretty good feel as to what difficulty I want to play on from this point on. This game was definitely much more interesting than the last week and the week before that, as the last 2 weeks were pretty much just blowouts. And this week definitely has some interesting things that happen in it, and some interesting turn of events, and definitely it was much more difficult than usual. So either way, see right here, Odell is having the kickoffs. Now, Odell is an amazing kickoff returner, but I'm starting to think that maybe I shouldn't allow him to be the kickoff returner, because that really just means one more time he's going to be tackled in the game. Although he probably will give us a few extra yards in every return, I definitely don't think our team can survive if he gets injured. So I'm thinking about possibly not allowing him to be the returner anymore. That's something I actually just thought of right here. So nothing is going to be taken full initiative of just yet. That's definitely a decision I need to think about. But right here, I mess up big time. I really wanted to go for it right here on 4th down and get that first down, but it ended up actually biting me in the butt because I ended up not even getting it. Don't know why I tried the spin move. That's probably the bigger reason as to why I did not get the first down there. The good news is that we are actually going to tackle him down at the 12. Hopefully, we can keep him to a field goal. That's the bright spot. Hopefully, we can keep him to a field goal, but we will not be able to. He's going to throw it into the end zone on that curl route. Back-to-back curl routes by him, and we weren't able to stop it either time. I don't know how our defense fell short twice on the same play. So we're back on offense. We tried to do the play action, and I'm starting to go against the play actions. I've tried play actions so often, but with the playbook I run, every time I call a play action, the quarterback automatically runs in a direction, and he gets sacked every single time, and it's really just not effective whatsoever. So the play actions, I've come to a point at this juncture in time that play actions don't work for me. Now that might change. I might try them once or twice a game from this point on, and maybe they'll kind of fit their way back into my playstyle, but it's not working at all. It's right here. We are going to get the pick. I can't really get excited about our picks anymore because our defense, our secondary, all that stuff is so good that it's not even surprising anymore when we get picks. We are just an unbelievable squad all together on defense, and I don't know how all that happened, but on the very next play, we're just going to just keep the momentum rolling because we're going to throw a 70-yard bomb to Emmanuel Sanders. He's going to come down with it with nobody in sight. I rewatched that in the replay mode, and the cornerback somehow just lost track of him, and that just resulted in Emmanuel Sanders being open 50 yards downfield. Now, we all know Jameis Winston has a cannon, so he had no trouble just laying that ball up down the field for Emmanuel Sanders. And so we are going to move on. You see right here, he's just kind of zigzagging his way through the defense. That's some zigzag cheese right here. And then right here, I sped it up to freaking quadruple speed, so this is going by really quick. I know, and the reason I had to speed it up is this was really boring, but I felt obligated to show you guys what happened on this little goal line. We did get kind of a goal line stop. It wasn't the most extreme goal line stop I've ever had, as we kind of kept them from scoring from about the 7-yard line or so, but what happened was they basically just try to consistently run the ball up the middle, and they never really went to the passing game, so we just continued to blitz up the middle. Ended up working well. We just kind of plugged up that center of our defensive line, and because of that, they weren't able to score. And we just are sucking right now. We throw another pick right here. I don't know what I was thinking there. For a time, the guy cutting over that right side of the field looked like he was going to be open, so that's why I scrambled out right. But at the point where I figured out he wasn't going to be open, I probably should have just thrown it away. I tried to force it in there. And those are what happens when you try to force things in this game. You're going to end up messing up. And now we are actually down by 3, so we really need to try to get something together right here. Hopefully force them to another field goal, because we really don't want to be down by 2 scores with little time left, and luckily that is going to be the case. That's right here. They're going to have to just settle with a field goal, and we are only going to be down by 6. It's not that big of a deal. Luckily, we limited them to 2 field goals, so it's not as big of an issue as it could be right now. I mean, if we got a touchdown, that'd be actually giving us the lead. So right here, we're going to throw it over the middle, and luckily Kevin White finds a spot in the defense where there's nobody standing, and Kevin White is just a natural talent. Watch, I'm going to do this again, and once again, Kevin White's going to circle downfield. He figures out there's a hole in the defense, and once again, he will lead himself to it. Now, Kevin White's just a beast. His awareness is through the roof. I'm not sure if in the game he has high awareness, but he's been making incredible plays. And look who I'm throwing it to again. It's Kevin White. This guy just seems to be open on every single play. Him and Odell are absolute beasts. Now, I don't even really notice the big difference because Kevin White is such a beast that he's always open. Like, he's about as good as Odell for me, and he's been playing unbelievable. Not only that, but he's a rookie, so he should be getting a lot of XP. He should be developing to in the 90 overalls by the end of the season. And right here, he's going to make a big mistake as he's going to throw me a pick, and a pick 6 nonetheless to finish off halftime. That is crazy. That was just a poor decision by the Bears, a poor decision by the quarterback. They decided to throw the ball in that situation, and because of that, we have 6 more points on the board, or actually 7 more points on the board going into halftime. Awesome stuff right there. So now we are up by 8. That's still only a one possession score though when you think about it, because all I need is a 2-point conversion. Oh my, we are going to mess up big time right here. And that is our 3rd or 4th pick of the game. Now you never want to throw across field, and that's something I did. Now I know I'm not supposed to make that mistake. I've played Madden so long, so I was definitely upset at myself when I made that mistake, because it's such a rookie mistake that I made right there. But we kind of made up for it a little bit later on. You see right here, he's going to get the spin move. He's going to get in the touchdown. This is where we made up for it. We're actually only up by 2, so they have to go for the 2-point conversion to try to tie it up at this point in the game. But luckily, we were going to run down here and get this sack, so they are not going to tie the game up. We are still up by 2, and that's not a comfortable lead. Let's be honest, folks. They actually got the ball back here. We ended up punting. I think we got 3 and out or something. And we actually ended up punting, and somehow I didn't intercept that ball. That was an ugly, ugly play. I just didn't feel like I was completely in it for the first like 3 quarters of this game. The 4th quarter, I do actually step up a little bit and start making better plays. But you see at this point, like right there, I hit-sticked the air. I don't know what I was doing. Definitely just a really, really poor series of events for the first 3 quarters, and you guys were witnessing that. I'm just making big mistakes, so we're trying to finish off this 3rd quarter with some momentum. I'm going to throw it over the middle, and oh my, that was barely caught. That definitely could have been picked. Luckily, we are going to come down with that ball, though, and once again, we are now going to throw it deep. And who is that? That was Odell. He's jumping up over the cornerback, then throwing him off, getting into the end zone for a touchdown. He's then, of course, going to hit the whip, and oh my god, unbelievable play by him. We are now only up by 1. We're trying to make ourselves up by 3, so it's a field goal lead, and we're going to do just that with Ladarius Green cutting over the middle. That's an easy touchdown. Green is just unbelievably fast, so on those slant routes, the linebackers don't have much of a chance to cover him on just those quick routes. And then right here, how about another big play? Here comes Odell. We're going to throw that slant to him, and this boy has some wheels. Nobody's going to catch up to him. He is going to hit the whip once again, his 2nd receiving touchdown of the game. You see he's starting to turn up from the first week of the season. The first week was his only real bad week. These past 2 weeks, he's been very, very good for us. And then right here, oh, Jameis Winston fumble. That's not a good news, but luckily our own player is going to pick it up, and it's actually going to end up helping us out as we're going to get the first down because of the fumble. And there we go. Odell cannot be stopped. Jameis Winston's kind of just dotting those balls in there, but it doesn't matter because Odell is the only one who really has a chance of coming down with him. He's so skilled that who else is really going to come down with the ball? And we were going to throw just a fade route. At this point, I was just like, Odell's catching everything. Let's just throw one up to him, and that's exactly what we do. And guess what? He caught that one as well. So up by 17 with a minute left. We already basically won, but just to add some icing on the cake, let's just not allow him to get this 4th down conversion. So that's going to be a turnover on downs right there. That will be the game. They really have no chance of coming back with a deficit like that. 17 points, 50 seconds, and me having the ball. They had no chance. So we're moving on to in the game. 380 pass yards. Our rushing wasn't that great, but I'm not feeling Lacy that much. I don't know what to tell you guys. Just not feeling Lacy. I know he's a great player. I'm really trying to get into play calling that might help him. And he works when I need him to. You know, in situations where I need just a couple yards. This guy's a bully, so I know I can count on Eddie Lacy to give me those few yards when I need it. But I just want to see him break out and get some 8-yard, 10-yard runs more often so I can utilize that running game a little more often earlier in the down count, because at this point I don't use it till it's like 2nd and 2, 3rd and 2 in those situations. But either way, yeah, if you guys enjoyed, please click the like button below. Make sure to comment your opinion of the series and what I should make more interesting in the comment section below. And make sure to subscribe as well if you guys want to stay tuned to this series and other series I got going on my channel. And without further ado, I will see you guys next time. Thank you for watching, and peace out.